Hi everyone, thanks for joining us. We're doing a special, sound healing event on the portal of the solstice, the summer solstice if you're in the northern hemisphere, the winter solstice if you're in the southern hemisphere, and the actual solstice will begin, in about 15 minutes time from the time that we're beginning this recording. So good to be here. I'm Marvin Schneider. Jen, you're the star of the show.
Hi, I'm Jen Ward, and I got a real nudge to share music with everyone. It's just so important that people don't diminish themselves to just thoughts and feelings. Sound, frequency, just singing silly, stupid songs is a way to heal yourself, to break out of those constructs of whatever is confining you, things that you might not even realize are going on in the universe. But you can free yourself just with silly songs.
So the thing is that we do a lot of group SFT tapping events where we are addressing some fairly nefarious energies, and but also laying the foundations for higher consciousness, universal empowerment. And the thing is that the times that we are in at the moment is, most people will recognize it's not great. Let's just put it that way. And so it's really important that people do. Um, uplift themselves into higher consciousness so humanity's got an opportunity to survive. And sound healing has a particular role to play.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Here's a technique you can all use is go back to your childhood, go back to songs that uplifted you way back then and sing them, but sing them as a means to sing them to the collective. There's people out there suffering and they're lying in whatever debris right now. You don't even know how people are suffering. And humans haven't caught up to the fact that we heal each other. We hurt each other's, but we heal each other's. So when you sing a song and you send out the purity of your song, as if you're sending it to a loving child who's suffering in the night, or as if you're the angelic voice of reason in the night, you actually are. So no matter what you sing it from that level of purity, and you'll be doing sound healing.
Hmm. What do you want to do, Jen? It's been a while since we've done one of these sound healing events. We usually do tapping, which is pretty intense. It's very specific. So, what do you want to do?
Well, I want to explain that when I'm hurting really bad, because we do this energy work, and as deep as you can think of it in the metaphysical terms, I'm always there thinking in metaphysical terms how to help humans beyond their own reason. And so I stretch my capacity to do that, and sometimes I get so tired and so beaten down, and I hurt. And so you know what I have to do when I hurt? I have to get on the phone with my friends and not and uh, and sing to them. I need to outflow even more. So as much as you do in the world, the cure to helping yourself is move past your limitations of what you think you can do and just continue to outflow. Now the singing is a great way to outflow no matter where you are. So I'm going to tap into songs from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, I don't know. Just songs I've collected along the way. And I have this quirky ability to remember words. And I've used songs for healing on myself to get through this lifetime. So what we're doing with these songs is just tapping into your psyche, your place of healing, and 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 bouncing it around the universe and sending love through the sound frequencies. Did you ever notice that anything that gets demonized, it gets demonized because it's important? Women are demonized, tree huggers are demonized. Saying I love you is demonized. You can cuss up a storm and nobody will care. But if you show kindness, you're sometimes demonized. Same thing with singing. So I'm not the best singer. We all know that. But I have this ability to be vulnerable to you. So just don't, try to feel the love in the words and the intentions. One more thing is that when singing teachers try to teach you to sing, they say sing from your abdomen, right? They say sing from there. What I've noticed is like if you sing from a pure intention, you're not singing only from the abdomen. You're actually pulling the energy of the universes in through your abdomen and out through your voice and higher self. So you're almost like this bead of the universe, and you're stringing the light and love and sound through you, through your song. If you want to think of it metaphysically that way, that might be helpful.
Before you get into it, I should, for those that are actually watching us in the audience of our recording studio, as we're doing this, we do have obviously a bunch of people in the studio with us. Thank you for being here. A couple people couldn't quite work out the technology. We're trying a new online recording studio. Hopefully it'll all work well. But one of the great things about this particular online recording studio, if we keep doing it this way, is that we can have people join us in the audience. So not on screen with us, but they're in the audience. It's like a private live streaming event, so you can participate with us in real time. So for those that are in the studio with their video streams, thanks for joining us and being part of this.
Should we do some old corny songs, babies?
Start wherever you like.
Well, the interesting thing is because I can pick up sounds and songs from other people, so you might hear some of the songs that perk you up and maybe wake you up, depending how much we can do today. When I was young, I listened to the radio, waiting for my favorite songs. When they'd play, I'd sing along. It made me smile. Those were such happy times and not so long ago. Oh, I wonder where they've gone. But they're back again, just like a long, long friend. All the songs you love so well. Every sha-la-la-la, every wall still shines. Now, when I do this, I come up against a concentrated emotion, and then and then I can release it through my sounds. That song is like from the heart. People store a lot of pain and sadness around the heart, and when I make that pulsing, I'm releasing around the heart. We've only just begun to live. White lace and promises. A kiss for lucky, we're on our way. Before the rising sun, we smile. So much of life ahead. We find a place where there's room to grow. And then I feel the sadness of the present time, and it has to release. And yes, we've just begun. Sharing horizons that I knew to us. Watching the signs along the way. Talking it over, just the two of us. Working together day to day together. And when the evening comes, we smile. So much of life ahead. We find a place where there's room And yes, we've just begun. Little darling, it's been a long, long, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. This sounds like it's a song from someone listening. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Little darling, I feel the ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. That feels like it's releasing from somebody's chest. Who is it? Who's listening? That's how sound healing works with me. I tune into your songs and release them because you're holding these songs. You're holding pain with the same frequency as these songs. And when I sing them, I can release the pain with them and you can have a healing. That's why this is so important. And you can do that for other people when you just sing for them. Dogs, nature, babies. Mm, mm, mm. When I look into your eyes, it's like watching the night sky or a beautiful sunrise. There's so much pain in the world. I apologize, but there's so much pain in the world. And that's the point of doing this now in the solstice. So I apologize, but it's releasing people's pain. There's so much they hold. And just like the old stars, you know we've come so far to be right where we are. How old is your soul? I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all my love. I'm still lurking out. And when you need your space to do some navigating, I will be patiently waiting to see what you've learned. 'Cause even the stars, they burn. Some even fall to the earth. We've got a lot to learn, and God knows we're worth it. So we're releasing people's unworthiness now. So the way you strengthen your sound frequency is simply by singing and saying positive things to others and to yourself. And the way you strengthen your light emanation is by being kind to yourself, seeing beauty in yourself. Stop looking at yourself like you're flawed or ugly or too fat or too whatever. That's a way of desecrating your own light emanation. And if we are going to survive the power fluctuations that are trying to take hold, we need to get back to basics, metaphysically, with back to basics, which is source is love, love thy neighbor, love thyself. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Don't do anything to others that you wouldn't do to yourself. That you wouldn't want done to yourself. Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to? Do you know? Do you get what you're hoping for? When you look behind you, there's no open door. What are you groping for? Do you know? Once we were standing still in time, chasing the memories that filled our minds. You knew I loved you, but my spirit was free. Laughing at the questions that you once asked of me. So it's funny because I have like millions of songs inside that I know, and I can't direct where I take you, what songs I sing. They're coming up, they're telling me what songs will be most healing. And it's not the ones I would have chosen to sing to you right now. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Grain for grain, sun and rain. Find my way through nature's chain as I use my body and my brain. Pulling weeds, picking stones. Man is made of dreams and bones. Mother Earth will make you whole if you give her love and care. See that crow watching hungrily on a perch on the yonder tree. In my garden I'm as free as that feathered friend up there. Make your rows straight and long, temper them with prayer and song. Mother Earth will make you strong if you give her love and care. So there's more people tuning in. What, babies?
Oh, good. Yeah, no, I was going to just suggest take a little break from singing, have a bit of a conversation about
Good.
where we are in and why we scheduled this thing. So clearly, we're scheduling it at the portal of the solstice, which, by the way, is at the minute. Well, it's actually 5 minutes past. So in the northern hemisphere, every day from now on will get shorter, and in the southern hemisphere, every day from now on will get longer. We're actually in the southern hemisphere right now, so we're looking forward to the longer days because it is kind of fairly cool where we are at the moment. What do you think is the significance of the solstice as a portal for doing the energy work? Because one thing that struck me as you were doing the singing in the commentary alongside some of the songs is, in a lot of ways, this is really an individual healing opportunity for those that watch that are in the audience with us as we record this in the studio, but then ultimately as they watch it in the video when we put it up on social media. So it's a great opportunity for a lot of people. And by the way, Jen, you said that a lot of the songs that are coming through are not necessarily the songs that you would have thought about 5 minutes before the recording. The songs that are coming through really do seem to fit within the needs of those that are watching this. And it's almost like you're getting, folding time and space for those that are watching this after the fact, going, connecting and giving you the nudge. Yeah, this song, this way.
So in the beginning, I found that this happens is at first the songs are plugging into individuals because they think this is just haphazard and they're just maybe finding this and it's a coincidence or something. It's not a big deal and they're listening. And then they hear something that they remember from their past and it's significant. And they realize that it doesn't matter time and space. This is plugging them in to a sacred space within themselves. So right now it seems like haphazard what I'm singing is like over here, over there. That's because humans are all over the place. And so hopefully we'll get to some songs where it's not just plugging people in, like realizing you are significant. We've been trained so much to think that we're unimportant. That's the biggest lie on the planet. And so once you can realize you're significant, basically, that's probably why I have such healing abilities, babies. That's the one thing that I was supposed to be teaching people through doing the healing work is if I can raise their vibration, if I can tune into their pain and release it and convince them that they matter, that they're important. Well, that's what we're doing for 8 billion people, and they're surrogates for that. So with this singing, as corny as it sounds, it's a way for you to see my vulnerability and maybe trust me with your vulnerability so the universe can realign you to source.
So here's the thing. In genuine healing, there's two primary things that we're doing. One is you're doing the one-on-one energy healing with your clients in private sessions. And you do use sound healing, singing in those private sessions. But our broader social mission is to uplift 8 billion people into higher consciousness and ignite universal empowerment so that 8 billion people can live their life of passion and purpose and experience joy, love, abundance, freedom, health, success, all of the things that, well, a good bunch of the people would want. And so the SFT tapping events that we do is energy healing at the collective level. And so there's a lot of healing that needs to get done at the broader collective level so that we can experience universal empowerment. And can you just talk a little bit about why it's so important that people participate in the tapping events, even if they don't understand it? I mean, I can talk on that topic for hours, but I don't think people want to hear my version of it. I think they want to hear it from you. Why is it important that people tune in and tap into the work that we're doing at the broader collective level?
So many generations have been bastardized. We've been separated from the herd, made to believe that we don't matter, mistrust the collective. I watch how we go down the street, babies, and nobody looks at each other in the eye. I don't remember that from when I was younger. I remember being able to walk down the street, look someone in the eye, smile at them, and connect. And it's really sad. I try all the time when we're out. I try and try. People just look down and they're just closed off. So that simple looking someone in the eye, connecting and smiling is energy work. It's opening the grids back to the collective. And I wish more and more people would just do that, just connect with each other, just in that simple way. So when people have been trained to such a degree like that, where they can't even look another human being in the eye and connect with them, that's pretty bad. That's like terrifyingly bad. So the SFT tapping teaches your higher self, or it teaches the lower self how to be more like the higher self and just have that spontaneous connection with others, with source, with yourself. And you don't have to think about it. The thinking has been contaminated. Feelings have been contaminated. Past, your Akashic records have all been tainted. The only thing that you can really count on right now is your own love, your own sense of source. And that doesn't come from rhetoric or listening to this person or that person. They can only teach you how to do that. And I wish you guys would let me and Marvin teach you guys how to do that for yourselves more, because it needs to be done. You need to stop listening to outer sources.
So I've got a much more here and now mindset, right? So your mindset is healing individuals and then collectively healing, the broader collective. my mission is more at the collective level, civil society, the way civil society operates. And I don't think you need to be um, terribly in tune with things to realize that things ain't going so well at the moment. And so there's a lot of things that need to change. Now, here's the thing is on one of the previous tapping events, it might have been the most recent tapping event that we just did, we talked about Earth 1, Earth 2, and Earth 3. And so, Earth 1 was the status quo before Donald. Earth 2 is, Donald's, perverse environment. Earth 3 is, where we want to go to. And the thing is that, it, you know, if people continue with the current mindset of greed and self-interest, it's very difficult to reconstruct civil society around a more positive future, where there is world peace, where people can experience joy, love, abundance, freedom, health, success. That's why, from my perspective, it's so important that people do, well, operate in higher consciousness, which to me is nothing too much more than, well, I mean, it's many things, but at the simplest level, it's simply, operating consciously in a way that connects with the broader collective outside of your own simple selfish self-interest and greed.
Well, we're saying the same thing, but what I get so much information metaphysically that we don't always go into what I get metaphysically. But there are fractals that make up the universe, and the fractals of joy, love, abundance, freedom, health, success. All the good things have been eked out of humanity. The sound frequency, our sound frequency, and the tapping events, and the intentions of a shaman who knows what's going on is infusing those fractals back into humanity. And that's what we're doing here. And so, sure, a lot of people don't want to listen to the taps. They don't want to listen to us. They just are overstimulated. There's so many, they're buried in platitudes. There's platitudes on all levels of consciousness, your physical, astral, causal, mental platitudes. And hopefully the sound frequency will cut through some of that so that they can find their inner compass and reawaken. We're doing everything we can to coach them into it, but they just have to put a little intention on there. And when you tap like this, or you show up, you're putting a little intention there. And the more intention you put there, the more you'll be given to even get more intention.
Yeah, look, I mean, from my perspective, it is so important that we do move the dial in civil society. It's so important. And about the only way you can really do that is when a broad number of people get into this state of higher consciousness. And so that ought to be a real wake-up call that, millions, hundreds of millions, billions tap into some of the work that we're doing, because no one else is doing this work. It is really foundational work. So take the opportunity, tap in, even if you don't fully understand it. Just know that there is a pure intention in doing the work to uplift all of humanity into higher consciousness, universal empowerment, and just help yourself and help humanity do that transition. Jen, do you have other songs coming through
Yeah,
that are
yes,
basically knocking
Michael.
on the door saying, yeah, we want to get them out?
Yeah, of course there's a lot to say. Um, in the 70s, 60s, when there was a movement for individual freedom, there were tons of singers coming forward. And they were like the Joan Baez and and you know who they are. There's some there's some songwriters, singer songwriters who tapped into the need. I think of like John Denver, Simon and Garfunkel to an extent. There's some people, um, Michael Jackson, and he was demonized because their intention to uplift humanity was so pure that they were doing it through their music, and it's still relatable. Having said that, let's do a little bit of sound healing. Oh, you sing to me the sadness and the coming of the winter. The fear that is within you now seems to never end, and the dreams that have escaped you, and the hopes that you've forgotten. You tell me that you're leaving now, and you want to be my friend, and you're wondering where we're going, where's the rhyme, where's the reason, but it's you cannot accept. It is here we must begin to seek the wisdom of the children and the graceful way of flowers in the wind. For the children and the flowers are my sisters and my brothers. Their laughter and their loveliness can clear a cloudy day. And the song that I am singing you is a prayer for non-believers to come and stand beside us, and we'll find a better way. Though the cities start to crumble and the towers fall around us, the sun's clearly fading and it's colder than the sea. It is written from the mountain to the desert they shall lead us. By the hand and by the heart, they will comfort you and me. In their innocence and trusting, they will teach us to be free. I'll walk in the rain by your side. I'll cling to the warmth of your hand. I'll do anything to help you understand. I'll love you more than anybody can. And the wind will whisper your name to me. Little birds will sing along in time. Leaves will blow round when you walk by. And morning bells will chime. I'll be there when you're feeling down, to kiss away the tears if you cry. I'll share with you all the happiness I found, the reflection of the love in your eyes. And I'll sing you a song of the rainbow. I'll whisper all the joy that is mine. Leaves will blow round when you walk by, and morning bells will chime. Babies, I feel so much pain when I do this, and I feel so much relief. And if it takes me, put myself out there looking stupid, I don't care. If it brings a little bit of relief to anyone, I feel so many people who've lost their dogs and their loved ones. And yes, you can love animals. You can love. It's important just to love. Don't squelch the love. You just move through that pain to get to the love. And the love does feel like vulnerability. It's an ache inside. And that's what higher consciousness feels like. It feels like that rawness, that discomfort when you say something and you don't know how people relate to you, and you just don't know how people take you. It's this vulnerability. And when you feel that, be grateful for it, because that's closer to higher consciousness than whatever you use to escape it. I am always walking with you, holding your hand even when you're not there, thinking of the right things to say, to show you that I care. I am always walking with you, yesterday, tomorrow, and today. For my love surrounds you like the sea surrounds the shore. And no matter where you are, you're in my heart just like a song. I am always walking with you. Yesterday, tomorrow, and today. And close your eyes and sleep, and soon you'll understand that I don't have all the answers and that I am not a man, but I'm always walking with you. Yesterday, tomorrow, and today. So I have to explain something to you about love. Love is a muscle just like any other thing. And I have been practicing lifetimes to stretch my muscle of love so I can love you all individually. I know it seems corny and ridiculous, but any one of my clients, anyone I've ever connected with on social media, I remember them and I think of them. And sometimes they cross my mind and I just send them love. And sometimes I know they're not doing the right thing and sometimes I know they feel lost. And I'm always here for them, waiting for them if they need me, if they can bring themselves to ask for help again. Because I can't keep reaching out to people, it freaks them out. So I'm always here, and I love you all, and I wrap my love around you all the time, even if you don't know me and you've never met me. There was a time some time ago when every sunrise meant a sunny day. Oh, a sunny day. But now when the morning light shines through, it only disturbs the dreaming where I lay. Oh, where I lay. I used to thank the Lord when I'd wake for life, for love, and the golden skies above me. But now I pray the stars will go on shining, 'cause in my dreams you love me. Day breaks just a joyful time, just listening to the sunbird's harmony. Oh, the harmony. I wish the dawn would never come. I wish there was silence in the trees. Oh, in the trees. If only I could stay asleep, at least I could pretend you're dreaming of me. But nighttime is the one time I am happy, 'cause in my dreams you love me. I keep hoping someday I'll awaken, and somehow you'll be lying by my side. As I wonder if the dawn is really breaking, you're touching me and suddenly I'm alive. And we climb and climb, and at the top we fly. Let the world go on below us. We are lost in time. And I don't know really what it means. All I know is that you love me in my dreams. How's everybody doing?
I'm doing great. I love the compilation, the repertoire. I'm always amazed how well you remember all these songs. I remember when I was growing up, I used to connect with the songs of the late '60s up until about the mid '70s, and that whole era. And the funny thing is that it wasn't really my era. I was kind of really too young for that, but nevertheless, that's the style of music that I connected with. But the thing is, when I'm listening to the songs, I can connect into the moment, but I sure as hell can't remember the lyrics for the most part.
Babies, I think that you picked up this era because you were connecting to me way back then. Because it was what I listened to.
But the thing is that you're not a whole lot older than I am, so I'm
No,
guessing for the
no.
most part it's not your era either.
No, it's not, but my siblings are 20 years older than me.
Right,
So the
gotcha.
songs I connected to were 20 years behind me. And I could do even farther behind if you want.
Um, what else do you want to say? I mean, is there more to say? I mean, I think actually. So here's something interesting. So yes, it is the solstice, the day of the solstice, and we're just past the moment of the solstice. And by the way, we started this thing deliberately about 15 minutes before the actual solstice, so that we'd be in the singing portion as the solstice uh, ticked around. But the other interesting thing astrologically is that there has been fairly active solar flare activity in the days leading up to the solstice as well. And so there's been a lot of northern light activity and um, solar activity impacting us. So these are all, astrologically, these are all important sort of moments that connect in the energy of things.
So in the more um negative aspects, I get when people are psychically attacked and manipulated in the other realms. It's not just in the dream state anymore. It's the Akashic records are being manipulated and skewed, and even the mental realms. So it's like people have to get to a pure space beyond the mind to get to a purity that's untainted. So lately, I've gotten the stuffing knocked out of me energetically, and I've been flattened, and it feels like I'm in battle mode constantly. And I got really tired the last day or so. So it felt really important that we connected on the solstice. So whatever energies are trying to um, kick the stuffing out of me don't get a win. And us being together on a solstice is me pushing through everything that they're trying to beat me up with so that I can be here in love and connection with you, because that's what we're here for. It's not about physical earth just surviving uh, a battle of, you know, sociopathic men trying to destroy each other. That's not what life is about. Life is about the innocence, the sacredness, the space where the space where animals can trust you and you can speak to elementals. That sacred space. That's what thriving is about. So I was really tired and couldn't get out of bed, and so we forced this session so I could be here and move through it and give even more, because that's how you deal with this stuff. You give love. You don't recoil in fear. You don't recoil in hate. You don't troll people on social media. You give kindness and support where you can. And if you can't, leave them alone. If you can't support someone, just leave them alone. It's that
Hmm.
simple.
It's actually good advice. You made me aware the other day that you were watching a YouTube clip about a massive crystalline structure
Oh.
in some caves. Do you want to talk about that and the relevance of that?
Yeah, on Australian 60 Minutes, there's it's called Journey to the Center of the Earth, and they traveled into the Earth. I don't know how far. I don't know how deep. It was so deep that they couldn't stay there very long because the humidity would kill them, like in 9 minutes or something. So it was really bad. But they showed you the crystals. They're bigger than buildings. They're that this huge crystal structure. Well, what's interesting is recently, within the last year, I've been hearing an inner sound that has been beyond the inner sounds that I hear in my ear, that I communicate and feed me purity or cleanse me. And I've been hearing this sound frequency that's been like a crystal bowl around in my energy. And then I saw these crystals on the 60 minute, and I communicated with them. And and I believe they're communicating back with me, and they are trying to awaken humans. from the density of what humans are doing to each other. I mean, humans are trying to destroy other humans. That's just a fact. They're trying to take each other out. And these crystals are trying to keep the earth pristine. And what they're doing is they're connected to humans, individual humans. And if you hear this rotund sound that seems to roll around in your head, in your energy, I believe you're connecting to those crystals. And they're purifying and they're protection. And so that's really interesting. So I I try to talk to the crystals and explain to them how we need peace. And my sense is, this is my hope, is all those sociopaths who are destroying each other will get plugged into the crystals and it will cause them some kind of insanity to take them out of their position of destroying others. So there's that intention. It's not pleasant, but it needs to be done.
Does need to get done. Do you have more songs in you?
Babies.
You've got, we're about 3/4 of an hour, so how many more songs do you want to do?
Babies, let me just do the songs that come and let's just see. I know this isn't your favorite kind of healing, babies.
No,
So you're being a real
I'm
trooper.
into it. I'm
All
all
right.
good.
So if the songs come to me, I want to share them because they may be the song. This one you hate because you just hate it because you hear it so much. Because this is the lullaby song. This is how I get the dogs to quiet down at night. I took my love and I took it down, climbed the mountain and turned around, and I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hill, and then the landslide brought me down. Spirit in the sky, what is love? Can this child inside rise above? Can she sail through the seasons of my life? I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Well, I've been afraid of changing 'cause I've built my life around you. But times are changing, children grow older, and I'm growing older too. So take my love and take it down, climb a mountain and turn around. And when you see your reflection in the snow-covered hill, let the landslide bring you down. Mm, 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 mm. For you, there'll be no more crying. Towards you, the sun will be shining. And I feel that when I'm with you, it's all right. I know it's right. And the sunbirds keep singing like they know the score. And I love you, I love you, I love you like never before. Mm-hmm. In every heart there is a room, a sanctuary safe and strong, that heals the wounds of lovers past until a new one comes along. I spoke to you in cautious tones. You answered me with no pretense, and still I feel I've said too much. My silence is my self-defense, and that is why my eyes are closed. It's just as well for all I've seen. And so it goes, and so it goes, and so must you soon, I suppose. But if my silence made you leave, well, that would be my worst mistake. But you, and if my silence made you leave, well, that would be my worst mistake. But you can make decisions too. And you can have this heart to break. Rows and flows of angels' hair, and ice cream castles in the air, and feathered canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in the way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's clouds' illusions I recall. I really don't know love clouds at all. Dreams and schemes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way you feel when every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You leave 'em laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all. Dreams and schemes and feeling proud. It's buried in so many people, they don't feel these things. Dreams and schemes and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Tears and fears and circus crowds. I looked at life that way. But friends, they've all been acting strange. They shake their heads. They say I've changed. For something's lost, but something's gained in living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win or lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all. There's so much pain up there. There's so much pain. It's hard to get through all the pain and get to the joy. The joy is beyond all the pain, and it's really hard to get through all the pain. If more people would just sing more and just be kind to others and just they have that knee-jerk reaction to be nice, and then they trigger back and say, "Oh no, gotta be careful" and stuff. Be more spontaneous and just give the kindness. The world is desperate for it. In the village, the peaceful village, the lion sleeps tonight. In the village, the peaceful village, the lion sleeps tonight. Ooh, ooh, hush, my darling, don't fear, my darling. The lion sleeps. my darling, don't fear, my darling. The lions live tonight. Ooh, somebody. Ooh, somebody. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? What do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. How about we make the next one the last song?
Sounds good to me. What's the inspiration?
Love.
Sounds like a good inspiration to me.
Look, he's so giddy that it's almost over. It's so funny. Oh, I know how to make my man happy. Stop singing. I love little baby ducks, old pickup trucks, slow moving trains, and rain. I love honest open smiles, kisses from a child, Sunday school in May, and hay. And I love you too. I love little baby pups, coffee in a cup, onions on a vine, and wine. And I love you too. I love losers when they try, winners when they cry, stories when they're good, and wood. And I love you too. Please, if nothing else, please feel my love. And please know that there's people out there who love you and support you. And don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't be afraid to show your individuality, because energetically, you're not the one they'll come for. You're low-hanging fruit, so it's fine. You're safe to be different.
Thanks, Jen. Thanks for those that have joined us in the studio in real time. Great to see you here again. It's a bit of an impromptu thing, but we did want to do some uplifting healing on the portal of the solstice and connect with the crystalline structures deep in the Earth's core. And also thanks to those that did join us in the audience watching the recording of this in real time. We'll do the post-production and get it up on all of our social media channels. Come and join us on our group tapping events. If you don't want to join us in the studio, join us in the recordings, participate in it. Really, hundreds of millions of people all over the world. There's a lot of power and synergy in hundreds of millions of people connecting in the energy work that we're doing here, lay the foundations so that universal empowerment can flourish. 8 billion people on the planet can enjoy joy, love, abundance, freedom, health, success. That's what we all want. And unfortunately, there are some that want something else, but that's what the birthright of humanity is. And that's what we're working tirelessly to put into place. Thanks, Jen. Thanks, everyone. Look forward to catching you next time. Bye for now.
Bye for now.